Jodi Nielsen and David Deshotels. What do you see as the biggest risk?
I'll start and I'll let David finish if he wants to add. I'd say the biggest risk is you're sitting on, basically if you own a building, you definitely owe it to yourself to look at, because you're sitting on cash that you don't have to sell another widget, you don't have to make another widget, you don't have to sign another contract. It's your money that you're just basically sitting on by owning a building that you could use now. And so why not at least look at the numbers to see if it makes sense for you at this time, instead of letting more time go by just straight lining. And then also with the partial asset disposition, I would say it's very important to take advantage of it. That even if your business, let's say, is not even making money this year, but you're doing a bunch of renovations, if you don't take advantage of it this year, you're going to lose it. So you're not going to be able to take advantage of the opportunity of taking partial asset disposition. You will get the money and you won't lose it. So next year, if your business is making more money, or the year after, whatever, it's going to be sitting there waiting for you. So, time is always, time, value, money. That's kind of what we're about. And so the sooner you look at what makes sense for you as a business owner or building owner, probably the better off you are. David, anything to add?
Sure. It's one of the advantages of having a cost segregation study that we don't usually talk about, but since you're an insurance broker, Darren, is we've had plenty of companies that have called us back years after having done their study, and they suffered catastrophic loss, be it a tornado or a fire or whatever it is, and they will say, "Do you guys still have those 500 pictures of my building that you took when you did the study?" It's like, sure, we've got those. And so we have their building just completely documented from top to bottom, one end to the other. We'll come out and take hundreds and hundreds of pictures, depending on the size of the property, to completely document that. So if there is catastrophic loss, it's a documentation to say, hey, here's what the building was. Here's all the furniture, fixtures, and so forth. And it's been very helpful to people in times of crisis. If I can, Darren, if I can get off my soapbox or get on my soapbox again, it's been 14 years or so since Katrina, but I lived through the rebuilding of a major metropolitan area that was virtually wiped out because of climate, weather. And as our climate destabilizes, it somewhat destabilizes our economy. I was at a national conference, and there was a realtor that gave a presentation on Miami, the risk that Miami is facing being at virtually level and the rise of our seas. And he was saying, there's going to come a day or a time where as things get worse, as things get more progressive, and if we don't respond in a major engineering manner, there's going to be a time where the insurance companies or the banks finally say, Miami, we're no longer insuring your assets, we're no longer financing your assets, in those areas. And so I don't know when that would be. I certainly hope it doesn't come, but we're certainly headed in that direction. So from a macro 30,000 foot level, it's along the coastlines are going to be particularly challenged as climate change or global weirding affects those low-lying areas. So it'll be interesting to see how we respond.